When you sit in a chair, like I'm sitting in this chair right now, but actually my butt is hovering above the chair by this just tiny, tiny amount. Because the electrons of my butt, well, my pants, I am wearing pants, and the chair repel each other. They don't ever touch, they don't come into contact at all. And it's that repulsion that makes things feel solid, that allows us to touch things and feel their texture. It's not us actually touching the subatomic material of the object. So then I think to myself, well, if I can't, like even a kiss, when I kiss someone, my matter has not touched their matter in the way that we think it does. It's actually just being repelled, and we feel that repulsion, and that's what we feel as them. But then I thought, well, maybe I can touch someone if I'm radioactive, and like a piece of some radiation from me can ionize. No, that's not good enough. It's gonna have to go into the nucleus of one of their atoms. It turns out that we don't really have that kind of radiation, the kind that can get into a nucleus. So the closest you can get to someone is through chemical reactions. Because in that case, at least your atoms are sharing electrons. So you could eat someone. Cannibalism's a great way to get close. Or your family. So you developed inside your mother, and you came from your parents' DNA, and that's closer than you will really ever be able to get to anyone else at a chemical level. So when I meet somebody I've never met before, I say, yeah, my name's Michael, and then it gets problematic, because if I say, oh, I make videos for the web, that sounds like, what kind of videos? For the lady who's never watched it, I say it's a channel where I, bench press lots of weights, and I help children and old ladies. But to someone who might actually check if I was telling the truth, I would just use the description that I've written on the channel. So Vsauce is the best of the internet, and it's hyper curiosity about the world. And lately we've been answering just totally silly questions, but taking them very seriously. How much weight do you lose every time you fart? You must lose some weight, right? Gas has mass, and we pull in an audience that's looking at those silly questions and is like, wait, yeah, what color is a mirror? And in that curiosity, they come in and wind up accidentally learning a lot about digestion, gases, optics, all those kinds of things. A topic for an episode usually comes from a conversation I've had with a friend.
I've got a question for you. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Brilliant question. Let's find out why. And it's usually around a misconception. If they mention something that makes me go, oh, wow, I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that it was that simple or that complicated, this thing that I thought I already knew. That's usually where these episodes come from. We experience mirrors every day, but what color are they? Well, that kind of shocks what's boring and usual for you. I fart all the time, but I've never thought about how much it weighs. I jump up and down all the time. Actually, I don't. I'm not that active. But I look really athletic. But what if every person on Earth jumped at the same time? Could we affect Earth? When I first heard that question, had no idea how to answer it. And so that tells me this is a good question to investigate.
1, 2, 3.
I think that often people feel like they know you better than they would even know someone who's way more famous but from the movies. In the videos that they watch you in, you're speaking to them. And we all fart every day. I mean, what is subscribing? It's almost psychologically a thanks for making what you do. I want to be on your team. I want people to know that I am on your team and friends with you. It means something much more personal. It's about friendship. And as always, thanks for watching. Stick around because there will be more videos of me right here on THNKR. In fact, the whole channel has some pretty cool stuff, the ideas and thinking that are changing the world, so be sure to subscribe.